So traders, the L-shaped trading pattern. See this here, this L-shaped trading pattern, L-shaped trading pattern is the number one pattern you should be looking for that's going to help you identify amazing trading setups, that's going to give you a high probability of the next trading move, and it's going to help you increase your success rate, and it's going to help you remove the confusion out of everything you're looking for. This is my number one trading pattern I'm going to teach you right now, so you can start to apply this in your trading right now. I promise you. Once you start to understand this, it is so powerful in the markets here. So one thing I really want to sort of walk you through in this video is I'm going to show you many examples here. I've got many examples of the pattern here, pattern there. Here's the pattern, here's examples, different examples, and so on and so forth. I really want to walk you through this, okay? So one thing I really want to sort of draw your attention to before I get into this is that, guys, I'm giving away free access to my entire membership, free membership access to my entire trading course. There's so many videos in there, chart reading, the biggest mistakes you're making, my number one chart reading technique, my trading system, and so much more. If you need some help, guys, first link in the description, you can actually go get free membership. I'm just giving you a free membership access to the entire trading thing, right? So here's what I want you to do. Here's what I want to do right now. I want to walk you through what's called the L-shaped trading pattern. I'm gonna start off with a bit of a template here first. Right, so let's actually start off this here. So this is the L-shaped trading pattern. Actually, you can see I've got all my different trades and so on and so forth that have happened and so on and so forth. Anyway, this was actually gold just recently, by the way. Anyway, as I'm doing this video. So one thing I want to talk to you about what's called the L-shaped trading pattern. Okay, this is going to blow you away when you start to notice it on the charts. It is just, oh my goodness, it is so good, right? So good. L-shaped trading pattern. That should be capital P, shouldn't it? There we go, pattern. And let's just change you over here as well too, right? Capital P, there we go. Now, here's the L-shaped trading pattern. There's the L-shaped trading pattern. And now what is the L-shaped trading pattern? It looks like an L shape, right? It means when the market goes down, but then guess what? Then it goes across. Now, how that would look in the markets is this. It'll go down, and then you might get something like this going on. You see that? It looks like the L-shaped trading pattern, right? It looks like the L-shaped trading pattern where we go down and we go across, down, across. It's the L-shaped trading pattern. Now, if we get this, I want to teach you, this is the setup here, but I also want to teach you why this is so powerful, because in the market, there is things called buyers and sellers, right? Now, that we have buying legs and we have selling legs. And if one side is more clearly dominant than the other, then what we're clearly getting in the markets is we're clearly getting a sign that one is likely to continue taking control. So in this example here, see how we've actually had what? A strong selling leg. This is a strong selling leg. Then when the buyers try to come back in, see how they're very weak, right? This is strong sellers, that's strong buyers. If we get strong sellers, but then we have these weak buyers through here. Now, in this situation through here, right, we're clearly saying, you know what? If this was a boxing match, and at the end of the boxing match, this is what the sellers did, and this is what the buyers did. In the blue corner, you guys see that, right? Who would have won that boxing match? The sellers, right? The sellers won the boxing match because they were clearly more dominant. The buyers try to come back a little bit, but man, they were struggling through the whole match, right? Ding, 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 sellers won. So what we want to do as a trader, we want to trade with the side that's more dominant, more who's in control of these markets, right? The more dominant side of these markets. And if we can do that, guess what? We're trading with who's more in control, right? We want to trade who's more dominant. Is the buyers more dominant? Is the sellers more dominant? And then what we tend to get, when we get this, then we tend to get another thing that goes down like that here. Now the flip side to that there, and an example of that there is what actually happened with gold just recently. This is a gold 15-minute chart that happened just recently. What is this? Look at this here. Notice through here we didn't have any up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. You see how we didn't really get any L-shaped trading patterns. But look at this here. Look at this here. Remember I said before, when it comes down through to here, all right, and let's actually do this here. When it comes down through there, and then see how it just went sideways? See the L-shaped trading pattern? It's pretty amazing, right? Like down and then it goes across, but it's slowly going across. And then guess what happened? Then we had to follow through. Now, this is for trading purposes. If you're looking for good trades, whether it's a 15-minute chart, 2-minute chart, right? Any market. If you're looking for really good trading opportunities, that could be a shorter term move, say on a 2-minute chart or a 5-minute chart, or the way that I like to trade this, I like to get in and hold it, what's called a shorter term move for the space of maybe a week or two. And that's what I teach with my inner circle program. I teach them this is more like a level 1 where you actually utilize this and you're in and out within a couple of days, maybe a week, and I like to trade options. So that could be a good 50 to 80% return within a week. You start to do, say, a $10,000 trade on that. You could be doing one trade could generate $5,000 to $10,000 in a week, right? It's just by identifying these opportunities. I'm just trying to share with you the numbers. This is the reason why my coaching program and what I do is so successful, because I'm looking for just a really simple trading pattern, right? And then, so that's the first. Again, this has just happened just recently on gold here, but that's the first type of trading. That's the L-shaped type of pattern. Now, the first pattern is what? The first pattern is this. The first pattern is the L-shaped trading pattern. But then the other one is the upside down L-shaped pattern, where instead of actually having the strong sellers, so this is the sellers and this is the buyers here, what we end up getting a strong buying period. And then when the sellers try to come in, they went like that through there. Now, how would that look realistically in the markets? It would look like this. Right, firstly, we'd get the strong buying period through there, right? And then we get what? And then we'd start to get just like this. See how it just goes sideways like that there? If we get something like this here, who's more dominant, right? This was the selling period, this was the buying period, and this is the sellers. Out of this one here, if this was a boxing match, a 5-round match, who won the match? Clearly the buyers, right? The buyers, for majority of the match, they really were hammering hard and they kept the pressure on the entire time. The buyers here, but the sellers, they try to come into the boxing match, right? They try to come in, but they were just struggling the whole match. They tried to take some lead and they couldn't even drop down to 50%. Right? So you can see that through there, right? This is the L-shaped trade pattern. Now, when this happens, because the buyers are more dominant here, very clearly dominant, once we go through here, then we're likely to see something like that again. So this upside, so the two different patterns this. Whenever we get something that looks like strong down and then weak across, we tend to get another follow through because the sellers are more strong. Whenever we get an upside down L-shaped pattern, because the buyers are more strong from here, we tend to get at least a follow through from there, right? So this is what I do with my coaching clients, guys. First, it's about identifying. Now, this here is rule number 3 of my entire checklist. Look for high quality trading setups, and that's what I teach with my trading system, right? Now, but this is rule number 3, which is the L-shaped trading pattern. And if I show you some examples, here is an example here. Look at this here, right? What did we have? We had up, we had down, see how there was no L-shaped patterns, right? The buyers and sellers are fighting up. But look what happened here, up, and not exactly a perfect L-shaped pattern, but notice how we just, see how this here, right here was what? Right here was the time when we had the strong move up, and see how it was just more like a slight little, it looks like an L-shaped trading pattern, right? Up and then down like that, like an L-shape or a slight little L-shape. And what ended up happening afterwards? See it? But all through here, notice we didn't get the L-shape. The L-shape what? Did nothing, right? There was no L-shape. There was no L-shape, so there was no more clearly dominant one side. I'm trying to see when there's one side more dominant than the other. Because if there is, we're probably going to get another leg we're probably going to get another leg with that. Because we had a strong buying leg and then a weak selling leg, we tend to get another movement to the upside from there. Does that make sense? And so, I'll just show you some examples from here, right? So here is just an example of the buyer side, right? And this is just a few L-shaped trade. Notice how we went straight up, and then we went L-shape, and then we had another move up, and then we went for another L-shape, and then we went for another move up, and went for L-shape, and then we see here. So this here is an actual real chart. It was just amazing to see this is the upside down L-shaped trading pattern, right? The upside. This one here is more like the same chart but flipped upside down to show you for illustration purposes. But look at this here, right? Whenever we get down across, we tend to get what? Another down leg. And this down leg actually turned into another L-shaped trading pattern and then went down. And then it turned into another L-shaped trading pattern, and then we went down. And then guess what happened? Then we actually went into like this move through here. So the L-shaped trading pattern finished here, but we actually went through one L-shaped trading pattern. If we get the L-shape, there's a high probability when we do break past these previous lows, we're about to go for another move down. When we start to break past these previous lows, we're about to see a move down. When we break past these, right, and I'll show you this here, right? Let me do this here. So when we start to break past these previous lows, after the L shape, we're likely to see a move down. Break past previous lows, move down. Break past previous lows, have a move down, right? Now this is stage number one. Stage number one, this is just one of the trading patterns I look for. Actually, no, this is my main trading pattern I look for, because when you see it, it has a massive high probability. As you can see, what do we have on the chart? It's just the chart. It's not even an indicator on it, not even a moving average. Now, to utilize this even more, to supercharge this even more, yes, I like to use moving averages. And then off the back of this, I'm looking for a precise entry bar to tell me now's the time to get involved with it. That's why my trading it's so good, right? Because I know the exact pattern I'm looking for. But as you can see, you guys that are overcomplicating it, you don't need to. I'm teaching you one really successful trading pattern that relies on the chart alone. And if you could just wait for this trading pattern, L shape, and look for an entry here, you're probably going to do really well. Wait for the L shape, wait for the break below, take a trade. Wait, you see what I'm saying here, right? Now this is stage one. Stage two is then how do we then cut our losses short and let the profits run so we can have big profits, small losses. That's more like a trade management skill, right? Stage number first thing is what? How do we identify these really good, amazing trading patterns in the first place, right? And we can go through here. Actually, let me do this here. Right? You see this here? This is what the L-shaped trading pattern, see how this is the L-shaped trading pattern here? What do we have here? See how it's up and then sideways? See that there? Forget the moving average. Don't even worry about the moving average. Just look at this here. What have we got here? This is up and that's that through there. Do you want to know what this did? What did it do? Right? That's that back there. Now, if I just crop this here, let me just now crop this so I can show you a bit more. And this is where trading, you guys can do so well out of trading, right? You really, really, really can. Right? And there we go. And that's what I say for you guys, you don't have to be smart to do this, right? It's not being smart. It's a really simple trading pattern, right? And again, this is where, like, for the people that I coach, it's like, you guys that are trying to be smart, well, the inflation and the data and the Trump and this and that and the PE ratios and this and that and what about the stochastics and MACDs? And I'm just like, you know what, guys? Let's look for the L-shaped trading pattern, because whenever we get the L-shaped trading pattern, remember I said before that if we get this one is the upside down L-shaped trading pattern, up and then sideways. Remember I said before, when we get that, whenever we do what? Whenever we break above these previous highs, we're probably going to go for a move, right? Now, again, how big of a move, we don't know, but stage one is identifying the pattern in the first place. Stage two, then using trade management techniques. And then look what happened here. Remember I said, look at this here. As soon as we broke above the high, we went for a nice move. Now, again, this is for trade, right? This is for trading, active trading, getting in. If this is the daily chart, you hold it for 2 to 5 days with options. That could be a 50 to 100% return. You know, a $5,000 trade, you made $2,500 to maybe $3,000-$4,000 in a week by identifying the trading pattern. If it was a $10,000 trade, you made anywhere between $5,000 and $10,000 for the week. And all you did, and by the way, guys, to identify these setups, all it takes me is an hour per day, because that's all I trade, right? Because I have scans that help me find the trades, and then I have a trading system and so on and so forth. But that's the reason why, guys, like for you guys that sit in front of the screen all day long, I don't need to. I can do a $10,000 or a $20,000. I can do a $20,000 trade, identify this here, and make $10,000 to $20,000 in the space of a week, and only look at the market an hour per day because I'm looking to get in today and then hold it for a week. See what I'm saying here? And it's just like, it's just so. And then here, you know, here's another example here, but of what? The power of the L-shaped trading pattern. What's this here? The power of the L-shaped trading pattern, right? Here's another example here, right? The power of the L-shaped trading pattern. What is this? Up and then down. Remember I said before, and then when we break above the highs, we're likely to go for a move. So I wanted to really walk you through this here, guys, because I wanted to share with you that how you think about trading right now and trying to be smart Stop trying to be smart. I'm trying to share with you guys. This is 20 years of my experience. You don't have to be smart. I always say my rule number one for me, guys, right? Rule number one for me in anything that I do, right, is this. Here is this here. But rule number one for me is what? The number one thing you should be doing is this. This right here. Because remember I said before, like, look at this here. Here, I just showed you trades that has the potential of doing 50 to maybe 80, maybe even 100% return in one trade. Do you know, even if you're starting with $1,000 trade, now that's not $1,000 risk. Say with options, if you did a $1,000 trade, my risk average is 20 to 30%. All you need is one trade to do a double, right? 100% return. Now, you're not going to do a double in every trade, but all you need is 7 of these L-shaped trading patterns to potentially make $100,000, out of the markets. See what I'm saying here? Like, all you need is one powerful trading pattern that's like I do really well, and all you need is, say, 7 good trades that does a double, 100% return, and then you're on your way. Now, the point of what I'm saying here is this, right? No, it's not going to be 7 trades, right? Not every trade's going to be a double, and you're going to have some losers in there. But what if you had a $5,000 trading account, you're putting on $1,000, your risk out of that is 20 to 30%, so it's only $200 to $300, right, on your trading account. But let's just say, for example, that you knew that when your next 15 trades, you're likely to have 6 figures in your account. How exciting would that be? And then we can go even more. Then we can even go to then you're only 10 of these trades away from $1 million, starting with $1,000. Right? Now, no, it wouldn't be 10 trades. Not every trade's going to be a double, and you're just going to have some losses. But what if I said to you that just by focusing on one powerful trading system, trading pattern, that you might be, for the next 2-3 years, you have a high probability of making $1 million out of the markets, but it might take you might be 30 really good high quality trades away from potentially doing that. How amazing would that be? See how I've bridged the gap. I've shown you the trading pattern. Again, this is rule number 3. But the number one thing is here. How you do this here is what? What are we looking for in a high quality, powerful setup? This is here. What are we looking for in a high quality setup here? And then what I didn't teach you today, what I taught you today is just a basics of what we look for here. But then the next level up for me is how do we take what we learned today and really add a few extra rules that says, what are we looking for in a good setup? You learned the foundations of that today. And then what I do is I add a few other things that's likely to make a big move. Now, a big move is today you saw a move that, it could last 2 to 5 bars, or if it's a daily chart, it's 2 to 5 days on a daily chart, right? So that's like a week. That's what's called a short-term trade. Now, this one here, well, how do we identify a trade, what we're looking for that has the potential of making a big move? These are the trades that I'm in a trade right now that has the potential of being in it for 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks, right? And in the last few trades, the last trade I did here made 170% return in about 4 weeks, I think it was. The trade before that, I was in it for about 6 weeks and did close to 400% return. This is what we're talking about, right? So I hope you can see here, but your first 5 years of trading I lost so much money because I was going through the discovery phase, like learning all this stuff. And as you can see, I'm teaching you one simple trading thing. Let me go back down to here because all these are different trades. Let me go back down to where we are. Where's my L shape here? Right? I'm teaching you the L-shaped trading pattern. Now, what is the L? Once again, the L-shape is what? Down, across, if we get that, when we start to break this low, we'll probably have a nice move. Up, across, when we break that, we're probably going to make a nice move. Right? And then I showed you many examples of that. Here's an example here, right? Look at this here. Strong down, then across. When we broke that low, we actually had a move, right? Again, this is for trading opportunity, getting in, getting out. And this is just a chart pattern. See how simple this can be for you guys, right? So traders, I hope my whole goal through this here is to really help you and coach you and guide you to say, listen, most of the stuff that you're using right now is not even working because you don't even know, you need to know the foundations of what you're actually looking for. And I'm teaching you just without nothing on the chart. A one simple trading pattern that's going to increase your success rate so much in the markets, right? So if you do like this sort of stuff, guys, and you really would like to take this further, then join my coaching program or apply for my coaching program. If you go to getjohntop.com, this is where I give you the full breakdown checklist of what we're looking for. A level 1 trade, which is this type of trade. A level 2 trade, which is more like the trade that's likely to make a big move. I show you the scans with you. I'm there every week coaching you and so much more. So if this really does help you out, guys, and You right now have been trading the markets for a long time, and you're using all these indicators, you're doing these systems, and you've been trading for a long time, you've been doing a lot of stuff, but you're still not getting ahead. I know I can help you out because I've been doing this for 20 years. My first 5 years, I lost $250,000 because I was going down the same path you're going down right now. But once I started to simplify it by these amazing trading patterns, the L-shaped trading pattern, then I realized this is the foundation of my success, not anything else. Trump, tariff, who cares? Who cares? The indicators, the unemployment, the debt bubble, who cares? L-shaped trading pattern. Because who cares about the debt bubble if I'm only looking for a good trade for a week to make 50 to potentially maybe 100% return, do a $20,000 trade, make $10,000 to $20,000 in that 1 week. I'm only looking for a week move. I don't care about the debt bubble inflation. Who cares? It's only a shorter term trade. So I hope you can see what I'm saying here, guys. This is the reason why I love trading so much, because now after all this time, I've pulled back the curtain. And I just keep it really simple, and it just works. I'll show you example after example after example, guys, when it comes down to these types of trading patterns. And I hope you can see here, even this one right here, look at this here. Right, it's the L-shaped trading pattern, right? Down and then across. And then when we got the break, we had a very nice move to the downside. So guys, this is what I want you to do right now. I want you to go to getjohnshelp.com right now. And then I want you to apply for my coaching program. If you're serious about this, guys, and you're not really looking to dibble dabble and so on and so forth, but you're looking to really become serious about the foundations, the mindset, the actual understanding of these trading systems, using my scans to find these trades and get coaching, then go to getjohnshelp.com right now, guys. Go fill out the application form, and I'll personally speak to you real soon.